What is going on, people? Welcome back. Johnny here. We are going to play some RimWorld with the Dwarfs once again. Appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. Get yourself in an episode. Indeed, we will make interesting things happen in this episode. And eventually here, we will get out on Caravan because that's going to be our main source of gold once we can prove that this hold is defensible by, I don't know, say 10 people or so, which shouldn't be too big of a deal considering the war machines. So I'm going to allow fat in the meals because we have too much of it. I'm going to make another little eating area over here. Now that the bears have their own little bear cave, things are looking relatively good in terms of storage. We have everything in hand, as you can see, and there's some overflow just in case. Yeah, the fat issue is just out of hand. So I'm gonna make a nice table over here, and it'll just be a place to sit. It's nice to have tables everywhere. We can avoid those 8 without a table issues. We have 14 bedrolls currently, and I've made 5 more. Sometimes you place them and they just go get one out of storage and put it down if you don't forbid them to. So bear in mind that's a potential issue if you're making bedrolls. They really like these areas where they can practice shooting and meleeing, and that's fantastic. I love that mod. It's a great add-on. I'm going to make another Thane. It's time we had a Slayer Thane, so I need a proper bedroom and throne room for that. Rotten animal bodies pile up like crazy outside. There's a gentle snow on, and the predators do continue to provide us with some meat as long as we can brave the predators to get out there and get them brought in. You see we have a fair amount of chaos meat sitting around. We're going to have to burn that at some point here. Certainly, if we get raided, there's nowhere to put carcasses. You can see Gotrik's magic armor does glow. The dwarf mining helmet will also glow. Critters continue to step on traps, which is fine, I guess. We have a decent supply of iron at the moment, and it provides us more meat. It's one thing we continually run short of. We could just swap to vegetarian fine meals, but I'm alright with it. So we're going to do something interesting with the floor pattern in this bedroom. Should be fun. And this room, I need to get some pillars put into, or some columns, whatever, put into place so that the ceiling stays up. Kind of looks like a Jesus fish, but whatever. Just trying to do something a little different with that throne room. And so when we go on Caravan, 19 bedrolls should be plenty. I think I'll make a few more just in case, but there's a meteorite of mineable saltpeter that has fallen nearby. That's good. Those supplies will keep us with black powder in supply. And otherwise, we have so many bears. When we do go on Caravan, we're going to sell a good chunk of these bears. We're training them up. Their value will be higher if they are trained. And we also are breeding war horses because they're better than standard horses. So, whatever. We do have a fair supply of hay at the moment. There's some vulnerability down there in terms of Skyfallers burning it all. But there's not a lot I can do about it without turrets that don't need to be manned. An ogre is going to visit Snow Munch, ironically, considering that it is winter right now. There you go. So I tried to make a hammer pattern on the floor and just something cool around it. There you go. We still have to get our columns put in, and that'll be the next play before we can put in floors in the throne room. Hopefully I can build underneath those. I'm not sure. We may have to shift them around a bit to get floors put in under them, but and just checking out the different types of stone we have around. There's plenty of cyanide on this side. Oh, we need to bring in that saltpeter as well. I'm tempted to mine north out here and see if there's any open space, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Looking for resources. We should probably keep a good supply of iron on hand. There's some copper for whatever it's worth. Not necessarily what we need, but whatever. There's schist. I'm going to do some additional mining through here and see if we can find another vein back there. And Chaco playing a game. Peterson and Chaco are now lovers, which is nice. Let's make sure they have a bed to share. They do not, but we do have open beds around here. There we go. That'll solve the problem right there. There's 2 of them, in fact. probably make a bunch more bedrooms. I don't want too many more pawns, but right now we have about half dwarfs and half humans with one ogre. I wouldn't mind another ogre now that we can feed another ogre without issue. They do eat quite a bit relative to a regular sized pawn, but they'll also eat anything. Some medicine falls out of the sky at that point. That's useful, though we do have about 200 on hand already, so not critical. There's a couple of steam vents out there. There's all manner of critter has been rampaging through here through the last several months, and it's at that point that the chaos abominations show up. And of course, once you have a secure base, what's the next thing they're going to do? Land by falling out of the sky. So it is late winter. Gaznor is trapped out there, but he should make it in. The bears are following. Hopefully they give chase to him. Good, they are going after the bear rather than starting. No, they did start some fires, it appears. So, yeah, that's okay. We should just charge down there. We could hang out up here and let the traps do the work, though. Not risk losing anybody. I mean, we do have some pretty serious muscle, especially if we can keep the armored people to the front. So that's a decent consideration. I'm going to cast a few spells to make us tougher. They are coming for us. They're also starting everything on fire. I'm not sure how those chaos beasts are doing that. And it's more than a little frustrating, but there you go. You can see that I cast a Toothcracker spell, which beefs up our stats. I need to isolate the people I cast it on, because you really want that to be cast on melee people. I think we can just protect these tunnel entrances and let them come for us. If we could find a way to shoot through there, that'd be nice. The bears really get in your darn way when you're trying to set up where to go and what to do. These fire-wielding fools that need to be told not to fire at will, or they're going to torch the pants off us all. And anyways, they did start a good fire down there, but it seems as if they cleared out, so that's a good thing. All right, magic. Oh, we could snare a bunch of them. That would be nice, because I'll just instantly drop them, and then we can finish them off. They're starting our beer supplies on fire. It's not terribly cold yet, just a touch under freezing at -3 Celsius, 27 Fahrenheit. There's some magic doing its thing. That was a good shot. I think I saw somebody fall. All right, yeah, we want to get this cast into a group, because it'll affect multiples. There we go. Take that, you bastards. And these trap corridors in the middle are nice. They definitely help versus just having big open spaces for them to run through. One of our bears is down there. I'm not sure. There are still some chaos critters down in the south. I don't know how we're going to get through this flaming center here. Might have to put in some proper floors through there for the future. So at least there's an area that won't burn. Flame or fire will jump to us, though, if we're in an adjacent cell. So we have to look out for that. All right, finally, they reach us, and Rock Digger is instantly injured. Our little exploding rat is there too. All right, let's do a finish off on these guys, and let's head south. Maybe that bear can yet be rescued. So, of course, they destroyed our steam generator. That's a problem because it's winter and it's cold. And it may also take out our infestation thumper, so we may now be vulnerable to infestation anywhere in the hold, which would be a very bad thing, needless to say. So, yeah, we should definitely get down here. There's still a few of them lurking. As long as the fire doesn't spread inside the barn, those straw floors are going to go up like mad if the fire gets in there. I'm going to send somebody to rescue that bear, too. Should be well savable at this point. I wish you could set up a stack somewhere and just leave 5 medicines sitting somewhere, not just a whole stack at a time. That would be very useful. Our fences here are going to burn as well. I'm going to finish these guys off too, because they will get back up if I don't. All right, look at that fucking fire. That's out of hand. There are some spells in the lore of fire that will put out large fires. Sadly, we don't have anybody with lore of fire, so it doesn't much matter. There's more. Oh, okay, the bear's fighting him. We should probably go assist that. That's a baby bear. And that's a full grown. Oh, God. There's Kaza. What are you doing? Rescue the bear. There you go. Get out of the... I don't know why she's in the fire. Oh, she's just going to tend it there. That's probably the best bet. All right. The bear actually does take out the warhound, even though it's It's only 5 days old. Baby bear kicking ass. All right, so we got some finish offs to do. We got a shit mountain of fires to put out. Seems like everybody should be doing that. And the Great Bear 14 is no more. I hate that you can't jump to and see where an animal was killed. It's one of the things I find a little frustrating. Let's see if we can rescue this area. This is a priority. Getting the fire in here, put out, everybody in right now. Yes, thank you. Because if all that hay goes up, the animals may starve for a while. Looks like Tuskor died on our traps over there. And otherwise, it's everything in hand, and they left us some steel. What's that? Is it 15 or 20 each? It used to be 20. I don't know. 600 or 450 steel, which is pretty solid. They did destroy our beehives, which is a problem because we don't have queen bees to remake them. So we'll have to track down some queen bees from somewhere at some point here as well. Have to note that if we don't find them before, to get some when we go on Caravan. That's frustrating. All right, they are rounding up the animals and bringing them to the Caravan packing spot, which is also a hitching spot when there is no spot to put this type of animal. That's a little frustrating as well. Whatever, I rebuilt that immediately, so by the time they got that done, it was taken care of. We have a lot of trolls hunting us. I made the mistake of stepping outside. There's not a lot of prey animals. There are a lot of trolls. Once in a while, you'll see I pop into dev mode if an error pops up and I want to investigate. So I want to make sure that any errors aren't coming from my own mods. And thus far, we're in good shape. So, all right, Burning Gaze, that dude. Ah! Bam! All right, there's still one more over there. I don't know if he's going to come for me or not. What's he doing? Is he standing on the right there in the trap corridor? Maybe he's down or dead. There he is. He is up. We'll get him. Look at all these bears, man. It's bananas. Whatever. So we're going to butcher the chaos critters for their hides. We already have quite a bit of chaos meat here, but what's a little more? The hide's worth something, and if a trader comes right away, they will buy the chaos meat for almost nothing, but 6,000 times a couple cents is still decent. So we have a lot of planting to do. I've rebuilt. Oh, they bashed up this geothermal too. That's bad. So that's a priority, just to keep infestations at bay. If we get a large infestation in the middle of the hold somewhere, we're in deep shit. That is what destroyed us last time. So probably the best bet is run in there, start blasting flame, and then have everybody vacate and let the fire do the work for us. I'm going to make some safe spots over here that we can fight from. It doesn't necessarily make sense to just melee them when we could come down here and give them the business. I like that idea. The more safe spots. I'm out of iron, so we have to make tin traps. We have a fair amount of tin, about 6,000. So let's go that route. I'll take care of things. We do have a Jabaslife tongue. Let's see. Let's have Kaza consume that. Eventually, we'll consume enough of these damn things to get some magic. And look at that. It worked. Lore of Slanesh Mage. Bam. That's fun. It's not the one I would have picked. Lore of Plague is my favorite. It's very effective. There you go, though. We got a new mage. And we have Mad Muffalo, destroying what few traps we've been able to rebuild at this point. So there you go. It was actually a local herd that went bananas. It wasn't an event where they came on the map that way. So none of them will rot. So we'll be set up with a good amount of meat for a while from all those guys. Not to mention some blue fur. I really need to keep these dudes with the flamers out of the way. It's just a matter of time before something bad happens, I tell you. All right, so anyways, let's just get these guys hauled, free up our people to go about their day. And there, another threat successfully dealt with, for whatever that's worth. The animals are just crazy around here, man. I have no idea what's going on this planet. I've never seen a mad animal in all my life, but in RimWorld, it's almost a daily occurrence. Yeah, look at this. Infestation Thumper. It uses 3,000. Demand is way surpassing capacity. We need to get these things rebuilt and repaired and all that. And Our piping looks fine. It's literally just that thing's destroyed down there. I'm going to have to force somebody to build that. There is a psychic drone on for males. -30. That sucks. We need a good... There you go. She's at 19 with constructor. Somebody's already working on it. It takes forever just to bring all the supplies down there, in all honesty. Somebody has sent us some camel hide. More importantly, some more steel slag. That's always welcome. All right, somebody build this thing for me, please. Let's get that done. It's a major problem. All right, so for some reason, they're just working, and not eating, and I'm finding that very frustrating. Gotrik's building his ass off over there, and that'll get this thing back to life. There we go. You can tell when he finished. Bam. Plenty of steam. I'm going to have to protect that to avoid this happening in the future. If they smash up a few pipes, not a big deal. If they smash up something like that takes a fair amount of resources, that's a problem. So there's a solar flare on, but that's completely meaningless. We still have the high psychic drone as well. So the bedroom is done. And I think we're going to go with a Slayer this time. So you also have to pay attention to what kind of work they're doing, because there's certain jobs they won't do, like plant work and dumb labor. So Gaznor is a decent chance. Haken, we can't use a human, obviously. And it has to be a Slayer, because that's what I want. You'll get different equipment for a Slayer. We do have new statues from the Empire mod that went in as well, so you can take a peek at some of those. I'll set some of them up here, and we'll just have Empire statues in the Dwarven throne room. We have a bunch of weapons laying around. Well, we finally do get on Caravan. We should be well in the money. Like, there's so much stuff around here in terms of weapons and apparel. That shouldn't be a problem. All right. Kaza, building away as always. Feeling good. She's sick. It's the chaos corruption from eating that Jabba's life tongue. She had an inspiration, so we've made a masterwork bed, which is pretty phenomenal. The king or queen may require a more proper bed, a high blood bed, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. We're gonna have to build these things out of tin if we're gonna keep them going. We're overflowing our storage once again. You can see we have some armor there and some textiles. I'm going to build a few more bedrolls, I think, too. I was just debating it. We should take some extras in case we acquire some folks on the way, rescue somebody, or capture some outcasts or whatever the hell. Who knows? But either way, this should help give us time to get down here and rescue this thing before it gets destroyed again. Hopefully. Should have built it out of something else. Spring is here. Should have built embrasures around it. And then we can, even if they're in there, we can pepper the pants off them. Throne room is underway. People still, as always, enjoy recreating in warlike fashion. We're going to build that throne. Stoneheart has the bed. There's one of the statues from the Empire as well. And there's the third. Dino has just gone bananas with some stuff he's putting out for Empire. It is so nice. And that should be a pretty phenomenal situation when we get it done. So we're going to do Stoneheart. There's the armor. It gets gifted to you right there. Now, Slayers are typically nudists, but whatever. There's no reason not to use this equipment. We're going to do it. There we go. Look at how badass that looks. I made all this armor myself. Weapon too. And yeah, there you go. Not to toot my own horn, but once in a while I accomplish something decent in terms of artwork for this game. So, all right, look at all this. Let's burn it. Shouldn't take much. And now get the hell out of there. The bear's coming. Quick, flee. The bears have actually been eating this stuff. I'm going to forbid the door, make sure it's not held open, because the bears were about to go in there to eat. They've been eating the chaos meat, which is not good. Till one of them's eventually going to go mad, and I can go around and maul some people. That we wouldn't have to want to put one of our own bears down. Let's see. We have some kind of heart here, which appears much like a stag. I'm going to hunt those babies. There's also some alpaca. Some yaks, too. There's not a lot of predators around, so now would be a good time to get out and do some hunting. I don't see any trolls or saber tusks or anything, so Let's do that. There is a nice axe. A lot of chaos meat. It's actually rotting away as it's burning, which is interesting. All right, so our geothermal steam capture is secured. I could double wall it. If it gets destroyed again, perhaps I will. Just looking around at stuff. I need to get all the back areas of the hold sequestered by walls and get everything smoothed. Just on principle, really. No other reason. We're going to make a proper tomb here. So I know it kind of looks like a map from the original Legend of Zelda, but that's okay. We'll stuff it full of coffins. Not that we hopefully will lose that many people, but it'll still look badass and use up a bunch of material. So it's the 3rd of spring. I believe we're going to get out on Caravan here. That's going to be my next main goal. I just have to figure out which all people to bring. I want to get everything planted before we go, and then we should be good. I can leave some growers and some constructors to do some smoothing and stuff like that. Can't really accomplish much with a skeleton crew. They need to focus on the growing. They have this many people typically tending a place, but look at all this apparel. It really needs to go. Regardless of that, what else do we have going on over here? Yeah, I'm going to set up smoothing jobs like crazy, and once they finish all the mining on that, I'm going to balance out that skull too. Right now, it's a little off center. That's frustrating me. I don't have the material. I don't have cloth, so we'll send the caravan out and bring some cloth back as well. And, all right, we're going to grow cotton down here. That'll at least help for next time. I have to get the animals sequestered away so they don't eat the plant as it grows. I'm going to make some more hay as well. Don't want our animals starving, although, I don't know, maybe I can sell some of the regular horses too. The bears breed like fucking crazy, man. It's just nuts. I didn't see that coming. I think I set them up similar to the vanilla bears, so I just never really had any bear pets that were breeding. So, anyways, check things out one last time. We are nearing the end here. Our gold count is currently 3830. We did have to spend some of it, but please leave me a like if you are enjoying. We found a bunch of iron in here, which is fantastic. Iron Main wants to join. That's pretty sweet. There you go. I think we'll accept. Sounds like a dwarf, right? And he's got a relationship. There you go. He is a dwarf. A bald-headed dwarf. Chemical interest, volatile. Fucking great. At least he's kind. It kind of offsets volatile, I believe. I think he'll get in more social fights. But I love you guys. Comments, likes, do it all. And I'll see you next time.